What's going on, guys? Welcome back to hashtag GSM4GM Season 3, Episode 93 here in WWE 2K24 MyGM Mode. I'm Graham GSM Matthews. Hope you guys are doing well. Big episode on tap today. Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Big E, and Solo Sikoa colliding in a fatal four-way match to determine Seth Rollins' next WWE Championship challenger at our next pay-per-view Survivor Series, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to that match, but the rest of the show is pretty solid as well. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair teaming up for the first time ever here tonight to take on two common enemies in Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade, before Becky Lynch defends against Roxanne at Survivor Series with Charlotte Flair as the special guest referee. Shawn Michaels calls out Damian Priest for costing him that shot in the #1 Contenders match. They kind of canceled each other out in last week's main event. A great match, by the way, between Shawn, Damian, and Solo Sikoa. He's calling Damian Priest out here tonight, the newcomer to SmackDown. Bronson Reed responds to John Cena costing him his spot in the triple threat match a couple of weeks ago. I think it was it last week or was it the week before? Looking back at my notes, it was last week. Cena ran in and cost Bronson Reed the win, so he calls out John Cena tonight. And CM Punk has something to say to MVP, who called out CM Punk last week for very similar reasons to Shawn and Damian Priest. Everyone has issues with each other for costing each other spots in that #1 Contenders tournament. Rollins takes on Gunther in a champion versus champion match, which honestly I would probably watch if we weren't watching this main event. But we're going to be watching Rhea Ripley versus Alexa Bliss here tonight as well. Tiffany Stratton getting involved. All three women have some beef with each other right now, and we'll see if they can settle it in the coming weeks. So that's our show. I think we're good with the power cards and all that other sort of shit. We could probably use that To the Moon thing. I'll save it for next week. We already have the card booked for this week, so I could still use it even with the card being booked, but we'll wait till next week. Because I feel like Solo Sikoa being... Oh, he's happy right now, actually. He was pissed at one point, but currently he's happy, so that's nice to see. Confirmed booking. We're in Des Moines, Iowa here tonight. I'm really looking forward to that main event. Let me just make sure no one's getting involved so we can watch it. Cool, that's the case. Let's get into it. All right. Going to simulate the opening tag team match. 1, 2, 3. Becky and Charlotte pulling out the victory. All right. And a good match, no less, either. And a good match as well, no less. Shawn calling out Damian. Okay, promo. Who goes over in the Battle of the Champions? IC Champion Gunther versus WWE Champion Seth Rollins. 1, 2, 3. Gunther picking up the victory. Interesting. All right, Gunther remaining not undefeated, but he's been pretty dominant as of late. That's interesting to say. Bronson Reed calling out Cena. Rhea Ripley versus Alexa Bliss. Rhea Ripley continuing to rack up wins. I think she beat Tiffany Stratton last week, too. Rhea Ripley is just on a fucking roll right now. Interesting. CM Punk calling out MVP. Rivalry grows. And we get to our main event. Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Big E, and Solo Sikoa in a fatal four-way match to determine the next #1 contender to the WWE Championship at Survivor Series. Let's get into it. And it worked out so perfectly, too. Because I was already considering doing Roman in Solo versus Big E and Solo versus Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns. Because Roman and Solo, as you guys probably remember from many months ago, previously aligned in the bloodline here in the game. Now, I'm not talking real life here. And then Solo broke away from Roman, recruited Jimmy Uso instead. Solo needed backup, looked at Big E, who lost to Jimmy Uso actually at the pay-per-view a couple of weeks ago. And I was going to do a tag team match with these people in the Fatal 4-Way here tonight. And then it turned out all 4 guys advanced in the tournament. So they're all involved in the same story right now, and they're all going to have to fight for the next shot at the WWE title. It just worked out fucking perfectly. And honestly, any one of these 4, I would be perfectly content with facing Seth Rollins at the pay-per-view. Skip scene. Ring the bell.
And it's going to be hard to keep track of the action.
So I'm not really pulling for any favorites here. Big E actually won his first match on SmackDown when he won that triple threat match last week against Bronson Reed and LA Knight.
Without even being involved in the fall.
Solo Sikoa looking to bounce back after losing to Roman Reigns on back-to-back pay-per-views back at Fastlane and Payback. Roman Reigns wants his championship back after losing to Seth Rollins back at Backlash earlier on in the year in 2006. And Jimmy Uso's just here rolling right now. He won that triple threat match. He beat Big E at the pay-per-view. He beat Dragon Lee before that. He's beaten Solo Sikoa. Jimmy Uso's been on fire as well right now. And even if it means being every man for themselves, Jimmy Uso and Big E teaming up against Roman Reigns there. Nice clothesline there from Solo to Big E. Shot there from Jimmy to Solo and a DDT on the ground. Full kick to the head from Big E to Roman. Jimmy with the cover on Solo, just a 2 count. Solo kicks out. Love the frantic fatal four-way matches. Anything can happen. Oh, there goes Roman right out of the ring.
Sikoa putting his opponent on notice.
Big E's got Solo. Nice clothesline. He's punching Solo, but he's going to get him up. Nice slam there. Jimmy Uso. We'll just pretend this is not canon as far as Jimmy Uso attacking Roman because they're currently aligned in the bloodline. They would not be feeding the shit out of each other the way they currently are. Solo laying out Big E. Now might have him right where he wants him at a clothesline. As Jimmy Uso throws Roman Reigns into the ring. Big E rolling to the outside. Oh, going for a potential Samoan spike of some sort or something. Getting thwarted by Roman Reigns. Roman with the clothesline to Jimmy Uso. Big E laying out Roman Reigns with the clothesline. Oh, nice kick there to Solo. Jimmy Uso taking out Roman Reigns. Clothesline from Roman to Big E there. And he picks him up. Oh, man, and laying him out. And now the cover. He's got Roman up on his shoulders, right across the neck.
Look what he's got here.
Nice Samoan drop there. Big E taking it to Jimmy Uso inside the ring. The same man that he lost to back at Payback. Oh, just a 1 count.
He's nowhere near ready to stop fighting yet. Oh, look at this. What a headbutt. Tremendous pressure being applied in this head crank.
Big E taking advantage of Jimmy Uso in the ring while he sits there. Solo and Roman rekindling their rivalry on the outside. Now running at Roman with a fucking kendo stick. Oh, no. Roman catches it. Smacks Solo in the stomach with it. Big E with a splash. Thought he might be going for a cover, but apparently not. He is getting the straps down. Now he's pulling down the straps. Might have Jimmy where he wants him. He's got him up for the big ending. He's got Jimmy right where he wants him. 1, 2, 3. He did it. Big E is the #1 contender. What the fuck? Big E pulls out the massive upset. A man who before last week had never won a match here on SmackDown. Outsmarting Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns, and Jimmy Uso to become the new #1 contender to the WWE Championship at Survivor Series. A championship that has changed hands on every fucking pay-per-view for months now. Every pay-per-view, all year. Big E might be the next WWE Champion. Might have to give him the boost, actually. If I use that to the moon, I might have to use it on him. Big win for Big E. Glad we re-signed him. Alright, simulate show. Simulate. Alright, ratings-wise, it was a pretty average episode, but I liked that main event a lot. Made $180,000, not bad. Alright. Vito, random superstar. Okay, cool. Buffalo, New York. It's actually where Raw was this past Monday. Alexa Bliss says, "Hey, I feel like I'm the fall guy every week at the moment. Whatever my next match is, I want to win, okay?" Maybe. We'll see. I don't want to force her to win, but she might have to. Solo says, listen, I'm not feeling physically 100% right now. I don't mind pain, but I don't want a serious injury. Is it okay if I take 2 weeks off? Oh my god, this guy said this like a couple fucking weeks ago. Do we have room on the pay-per-view for these guys? Punk, MVP we're doing, Cena, Reed. I was going to do Roman and Solo again. Oh my god, I might have to hold off on it then. I might have to fucking hold off. Yeah, I might have to tell him to get some rest. Because I already told him no previously, and he got hurt. And so he was right, and I don't want him to get pissed at me again. Tell you what, take a week off at the health spa. Sure, go get some rest Solo. That's fine. So we just won't be at the pay-per-view. Thanks, boss. I appreciate it. All right. So that was that. I'm probably going to end up doing 2 different tag team matches here tonight. Let's do Backstage Brawl. It's going to be Shawn Michaels going after Damian Priest, because that'll most likely be a match at the pay-per-view. All right. I might do another tag team match here with Roman or Seth. Well, let's see here. I'll probably do that in the main event. The original main event that I was going to do, that I'll just have open the show instead. Where's Cena? The fuck is John Cena? There he is. I can't see him. Literally, I cannot see him. Cena and Punk versus Bronson Reed and MVP. Cool. I like that. Alright, and then the actual main event that we'll do instead, Seth Rollins and #1 contender Big E versus Roman, and not Solo, but rather Jimmy Uso. Love that match. Roxanne calls out Becky Lynch. Has Becky called out Roxanne yet? Have we done that in recent weeks? No, we have not. Interesting. Alright. So for our last match, I might do Alexa Bliss versus Tiffany, actually. Heel versus heel. Rhea runs in. And if Alexa Bliss really wants a win, I'll give her a win. I'll fix the match and give her a win so she's not pissed. I'll do that. Fix match for Alexa Bliss. Alright. We can use this on... Well, let's use this on fucking Solo Sikoa, because he's really low. Let's use this on Solo. Recover 18 stamina or more. Yeah, let's use this on Solo. He's off the show anyway tonight, so we might as well use them on him. We might as well use that on him tonight. To the moon. Oh, Big E is already above a certain popularity level? Interesting. So LA Knight is really low. Interesting. I might use it on Priest, because LA Knight ain't doing shit right now. He just lost that Intercontinental Championship rematch, failed to qualify, or rather advance in the WWE Championship tournament. I might use this on Priest to get him higher up. LA Knight's time on SmackDown might be over for right now, so we'll use it on Priest to kind of get him a little bit higher up. Especially now that he's working with Shawn Michaels. Alright, so that's that. I was going to have Seth Rollins call out Big E, but I'm not going to do that tonight. Solo's busy. He's obviously off. Finn's off. Gunther's free. Gunther will have cut a promo at the pay-per-view. Charlotte, I will have her address Roxanne. I like that. And then Roxanne will address Becky Lynch. LA Knight we can give a promo to. Finn would be off for this week, next week, and he'll be back on the SmackDown afterward. Because who did Balor get involved with? Who did he get hurt with? Him and Cena? I mean, we don't have to have Balor blame Cena for his injury. I was going to say, because Cena's already busy with Bronson Reed anyway. So we'll do Solo Sikoa, LA Knight. I feel like that makes sense. Gunther. Who do we even have Gunther? Like, I don't know what to do with Gunther next because we don't have a number 1 contender. Maybe we can have someone like, it wouldn't be LA Knight. I don't know, man. Who do we give a promo to tonight? Becky Lynch? We'll just give a promo to Becky Lynch. Because they're all going to be busy. So we'll give all the promo spots to the WWE Women's Championship match. I feel like that makes sense. Charlotte calls out Roxanne. Becky calls out Charlotte, maybe. I like that, actually. I feel like them all calling out each other is actually pretty cool before the triple threat, or before the WWE Women's title match. Charlotte calls out Roxanne. Becky calls out Charlotte. Roxanne calls out Becky. I like that a lot. So we'll do that. And then we'll also be probably watching Cena and Punk versus Bronson and MVP. Maybe. I like that more than this. I feel like we've watched a lot of Bloodline matches, so we'll probably end up watching this match. Shawn Michaels not versus Damian Priest, but it's a backstage brawl. I mean, it is, they are facing each other, but I consider that more of an angle than a match before their likely match at the pay-per-view. Alexa Bliss versus Tiffany Stratton. We already know Alexa Bliss is going to win. I fixed her to win. And then the main event, Seth Rollins and Big E taking on Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso in tag team action. So I'm looking forward to that match too. That's perfect. So we'll get into that next week, or then on the next episode of hashtag GSM4GM. Until then, guys, be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell button to be notified every single time we upload a new video and every single time we go live here on the channel. Until next time, folks, I'm Graham GSM Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.